guys all right? Of course. Hope you guys had a good holiday. It's a good opportunity to be here. People at the All-State Sugar Bowl and the people at New Orleans so far, we've only been here a couple days, have been tremendous. It's a great opportunity for us. We still got a lot of work ahead of us. Have put a good week of practice and preparation in before the holiday. Got back out on the practice field here today or yesterday. So facing a really tough team that's highly ranked in all areas. Best team we've played in terms of statistics. So they have a tremendous front seven who can get after the quarterback, have length, athletic, second level of defense, ball hawking guys, good. Coach Venables does a great job with the scheme. It's been very difficult to prepare for. Runs a variety of pressures, fronts, coverages. So they're number one for a reason. So we've got a big challenge ahead of us. We look forward to it, but we know we got a lot of work to do.
Is the offense where you envisioned it would be after 12 games right now?
I'm really focused on this week. I don't go back in terms of numbers or anything like that. Our sole focus, we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we weren't concentrating solely on the task at hand with the team that we're about to play. Personnel-wise, scheme-wise. Look, you try to put together a good plan every week, execute that plan, and give your players the best chance to be successful. And that's really where our focus is on right now.
Brian, the trademarks of the SEC defense are athleticism, speed, physicality. Does this Clemson team like the SEC?
Yeah, this is the most talented team that we've played. It's very well coached. Again, they've only given up 30 points one time this year. It was 38-31 against NC State. They've given up 20 points twice. One game they lost to Syracuse 27-24, and Louisville, I think, scored 21. Other than that, they've been under 20 every game. They're exceptional on third down. It's just a challenge. It's a challenging defense in terms of the personnel and the scheme that Coach Venables runs. Have had this is the first time I've had about a month here. It's a little different for me, coming from the National Football League where you only have a couple weeks if you're the 1 seed or the 2 seed. So we've had a lot of time to you go through every play you can go through the whole season and pass things and analyze everything you can analyze. So there's a lot of information, but no question this is a really good football team. Yep.
Two things. First of all, like I said, from the NFL, could you tell me what's the most similar thing working with Belichick and Saban, and what's the most different? And secondly, as a guy who wasn't here last year, do you use last year's game to scout this game, or is it totally for you what they've done this season?
Well, to answer your first question, Coach Belichick and Coach Saban are very similar. They're very demanding. They're very detailed. They expect your best effort. They expect you to leave no stone unturned. You have a responsibility to the team. That's your role. Whatever your role is very important, whether you're an assistant coach, whether you're a quarterback, whether you're a running back, whether you're a guy that does the video or the equipment. So everybody has a role in the organization. They're the leaders that are in charge of the organization. So obviously you have two extremely successful leaders, and so they're very, very similar in terms of how they've run an organization, the principles and values that they stand for. So it's been a transition for me. I've worked for Coach Saban as a GA 20-some years ago or 20 years ago. Not much has changed. Not much has changed from Coach Saban. I think Nick dresses a little better. But no, they're both outstanding to work for. I've been blessed 14 of the 20 years that I've been doing this. I've got to learn from those two men. Not just football scheme-wise, which they're exceptional at, but how they run an organization.
What's the impression of college football versus when you left it last time versus now, and how much has changed?
Well, look, it's this league that I've been privileged to be part of has been unbelievable. Extremely good talent. There's not like huge differences. Are there some scheme things in terms of the quarterback runs and some of the things that you can do? Sure. But, you know, everything is run here very professionally through coach. And then the competition is great in the SEC. Um, you know, the fan base is unbelievable. The atmosphere, you know, it's just, it's pretty interesting. You know, the crowds and everything that goes along the pageantry with being involved in the SEC, you know, for my first year has been a little bit eye-opening because it's packed houses. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well, I think when you come in as a new person, and it's not just with Jalen, it's Calvin, Bose, it's any of those guys, you know, your goal is to try to help those guys be better players, you know, as a coach. So anything that you can do to try to improve them and teach them is important for that role, I think. But the personal side of it, you know, having a personal relationship with your players, you know, they don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care, you know. So, you know, I got a lot of respect for all the guys in our room. It's a demanding program. They work their tails off. They're good in their preparations. They practice hard. You know, they're good students. They're good guys. So, you know, every day it's just like, you know, you and I met. You know, you have to start somewhere and build off that relationship. And, you know, it's been good. I got a good relationship with. Yeah, I think that every game is so unique. Um, so we really don't focus too much on the things, you know, a month ago or 2 months ago. Our sole focus has really been on the team we're about to play, the challenges that they present, um, and how we go about our practice and our preparation.
How would you see Jalen progress, as an elite quarterback, especially making some of those?
Yeah, look, I think that, you know, it's not just the quarterback position, it's every position. You hope you improve throughout the year. That's what good teams do is they get better at the things that they're not really good at. And look, sometimes it's not always perfect. And, you know, the quarterback position, you know, you really need 10 other guys. You need a whole unit to play well for everything to work. Um, he constantly works along with the other guys in everything that we ask them to do. You know, and whether it's the passing game or the run game, I think that, you know, everybody needs to improve in their areas.
What was your assessment of the Auburn game and how it went?
I'm so focused on Clemson right now. That's a month ago, so, you know, it would be a disservice to sit here and talk about anything but Clemson. You know, that's just kind of how I was raised, and my focus is on those guys.
What's the difference between working with teenagers and 20-year-olds that been working with grown men for so long?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, I had Gronk, so. No, but he's outstanding. Well, I have children that are their age, you know, that are going to be a freshman in college here and a senior in high school, and all their friends that I've been around. So it's obviously a little different because you're trying to, you know, help those guys any way you can be better men too. You know, it's not just all football. You know, you're there for them if, you know, they're having a personal issue. You're there for them in studies. You're trying to help them develop to be as good of a man as they can be. So they soak everything in. There's so much other stuff going on for these guys. You know, in the National Football League, it's football. That's it. But there's a lot of other things outside of it here that, you know, you really have to, I'd say, hone in on and be there for those guys.
More satisfying, less satisfying?
You know, it's different. You know, it's neither. I've really enjoyed being around these guys. I've enjoyed their work ethic. I've enjoyed their, you know, look, younger guys are a little different than, you know, 27-year-olds or 40-year-olds that you deal with. But you know, these guys have been really good in everything we've asked them to do.
Kind of going off of that, you know, when you have a guy like Jalen who's taking some criticism as of late, how do you talk with him and help him deal with that?
You move on. You know, we're in the public eye. You know, so you really have to focus on your job, and that goes for everybody. You have to focus on your job and doing the things that you can do. You know, playing smart, playing tough, playing competitive, understanding the team we're about to play, understanding the stuff that we're installing, and really focus on that. That's where all your focus has to lie. Anything else is really, you know, it's not doing you any good. You really got to just move on to the next deal, just like you got to move on to the next play if a bad play happens.
What was the biggest